All right, Snoop Dogg names his top 10 MCs after saying Eminem is not a top 10 MC and he's overrated because Dr. Dre made him who he is. Also saying that Dr. Dre has, basically made a lot of rappers who they are, and that he is basically the sole and most responsible for making Eminem as popular as he is. But let's talk about it. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I think his list includes Slick Rick, Ice Cube, KRS-One, both Run and DMC from Run DMC, Ice T, Too Short, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and LL Cool J if I didn't say his name. So I think that's the full list right there. But I'll put it on the screen and I respect it. And he had a message as well saying that everybody complaining about his top 10, or you don't have this guy, that guy on there. He said, you notice that I don't have anybody from on my era and back on the list. This is just dudes who I came up off of as rappers, and this is who I consider the best is, and this is prerogative. You got people saying where Wayne is, where this guy is, where Pac, where Big. At the end of the day, he paying homage to the MCs that molded him, and people that try to talk at the table about who the best rapper alive, and you don't know you don't know the people who laid the foundation, the Sugar Hill Gang, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious Five, and you don't know where it come from, the Cool Mo D's, the Curtis Blows, and the great storytellers of all time. Without them, where would the game be at right now? They were they were the OGs that handed the baton off to the best generation of rap, and that's the 90s. You know what I'm saying? They the ones. Without them, the 90s wouldn't have been as good as it was. You wouldn't have had Tribe, you wouldn't have had Cash, you wouldn't have had Outkast to be exact, Pac, Biggie, Big L, Big Pun. You wouldn't have had a Snoop. You wouldn't have had a Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Without those dudes, you wouldn't have had that. And Ice-T, and people don't understand the importance of Ice-T. Ice-T brought gangster rap from Philly, from Schoolie D, all the way to West Coast. Without Ice-T, it wouldn't have been no gangster rap. Wouldn't have been no DOC. Wouldn't have been no NWA. Wouldn't have been no DJ Quick, MC8. And, wouldn't have been no Spice One, E40, guys of that nature. And that's what people don't understand. How can you say somebody greater, or better than without paying homage? And we argue with dudes about rap who don't know nothing about rap. Don't even understand. I argue somebody. I said Ice Cube would kill Lil Wayne in a versus battle. Oh, Lil Wayne music don't hold no weight. It don't have substance to it. And people don't understand what substance is. All it is music that dumb you down. Now, he got some songs I'm single that's pretty good, and he got some substance, but the majority of his songs have just dumb shit down. You know what I'm saying? And people, who cares about what Snoop say? Snoop was one of the innovators of the 90s rap. You know what I'm saying? With Doggy Style, that influenced the whole coast. Doggy Style is better than 95 or 99% of motherfuckers' album. Snoop was able to live off that album for the entire career. Not saying The Last Meal, Blue Carpet Treatment, Rhythm and Gangster wasn't good, but he lived off that motherfucking album for a long time. You know what I'm saying? That album is a gem. You know what I'm saying? But what people got to understand is this. This is who he grew up off of. And motherfuckers that try to debate me about Lil Wayne or debate me about Eminem don't even know how dope Rakim is. Rakim bars still hold weight to this day. Big Daddy Kane bars hold weight to this day. KRS-One was the teacher of dropping knowledge and storytelling. A lot of these rappers can't even tell a story. Name me a song that Lil Wayne told a story on. Real talk. One of his best songs. Amelia wasn't no story. You know what I'm saying? And then again, he had to borrow Gilly the Kid pen and multiple others. You talk about Drake. People are talking about Drake in the hits battle. At the end of the day, Drake was doing the hits battle singing and doing Caribbean dances and shit. That ain't going to hold no weight. You know what I'm saying? Just like Fab people just thought Fab was going to blow Kiss out the water. He started coming with them female hits and didn't hold no weight. We talking about bars, MCs, putting words together. Big Daddy Kane was one of the best to do it. Rakim was one of the best to do it. And Run DMC, they was one of the best to do it. So without them being here, without that foundation, without that Mount Rushmore, how can you go without LL Cool J? There's no Drake. LL Cool J was doing what Drake was doing in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? That's a fact. You talking about Drake's the greatest. LL was doing it from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, through almost 3 full decades he was doing it on. And people say, Too Short, man, he influenced a lot of people. Motherfucker got like 20 albums. But that just influenced him. Slick Rick, before he went in there, one of the greatest, pens ever. I think he from like the UK. People forget that. Also, you gotta do is like MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? People that go forgotten. Brand Nubian, Grand Pub. I mean, it's just a lot of great rappers out there, man. And females too. The first platinum female artist. People forget about Jermaine Dupri pen, rapping and writing R&B and producing. But people don't understand what Snoop trying to say. Snoop said, I've been left off a lot of lists. You don't hear me complain. This is my list. This is my opinion. But how can you tear down somebody's list if you ain't never heard the artist? You don't understand the artist. You ain't never heard the album. You don't understand they eliteness as MCs. They storytelling. They don't tell stories no more. You really get dudes telling stories. Only guy really telling stories like that, man, I can't even think. Ain't too many dudes telling stories and building music of substance. And I listen to all of those guys, Ice-T had his hand in everything. Rock and roll, rap, acting, LL Cool J, he can take it whatever. Who do you love? He can take you my radio, rock the bed, however you want to go. I'm going back to Cap. He can go wherever you want to go. He done battle MCs like Cannabis. Say what you want to say, who won, who lost. He done battle motherfucking Kool Mo D. So he done battle guys. He had the hardcore shit. He had the shit for the women. I need love. You can go wherever you want to go at. Wherever you want to go. And it's an elite level MC. You talking about Ice Cube and people talking about, well, way to be Cube. You crazy. You understand this dude had F the police. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of Compton, everything he done with Dub C and Mac 10, the West Coast Connection. Bow down. You can keep going on and on. Ice Cube music is deep. Jacking for beats, steady. Was it Rolling with the Mitch Mob or Steady Mob, whatever the fuck that song was called? I think it's two different ones though. You can just keep going on and on and on. He wrote a lot of them records on Easy Does It. Easy. He could play that shit. I wrote that. He wrote that. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't understand how deep Snoop shit go. You know what I'm saying? I told people Snoop got too many fucking hits for DMX. DMX could have had as many hits, but that crack rock fucked his career up making bad decisions. You talking about he all over, the Chronic, all over Doggy Style. He did some shit with Low Limit. He got a lot of different stuff that he did. So, but everybody want to have their opinion. Everybody want to rip his list, but they never heard the artists on there. Lil Wayne's the best and this, that, and the third. Lil Wayne couldn't even survive in the 90s. He couldn't go bar for bar with Big Daddy Kane without Gilly the Kid in the booth. And that's just the God honest truth. But people, that's what these kids is raised off of. I was raised off Hot Boys too. You know what I'm saying? I was raised off No Limit and all that. But I understand the history of my culture. And a lot of people don't. Rap was started off as... The origin of rap was basically the MC shouting out the DJ. The DJ was the real star. And basically when the MC started putting words together with the DJ, it became rap. You got to understand your history, bro, about rap before you can even discuss about a greatest. Just say, it's my favorite top 10. Because a lot of y'all don't have enough knowledge of y'all history. Y'all don't respect the MCs that come before a lot of these dudes. Even in the South. If it wasn't for Outkast, ain't no Hot Boys. Ain't no way for No Limit to get in there. If it wasn't for 8-Ball, MJG, UGK, grinding on the underground tip, a lot of these Southern acts will be non-existent. The Ghetto Boys, Scarface. Without them, they'd be non-existent. You wouldn't have had Paul Wall. You wouldn't have Millionaire. You wouldn't have had Swisher House if it wasn't for a lot of those MCs, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to sit here and tell, this dude, what neck dude did. Like, dude ain't never heard no old school album. Can't even tell you 3 members of the Wu-Tang Clan. And claiming, the Migos the best group of all time, please. They don't even own their name. And that's one thing I liked about the Wu-Tang. They never switched up. They've been consistent. They are who they are as rappers. And they always stayed in their lane. They wasn't out here to sell 1 billion records. They was out here to keep it 100 on their music. But you know what? Obviously my top 10 look a little bit different than that, but he got a couple dudes in mind that's there. Cube, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J. So he got 4 of mine that's in my top 10, but it's my top 10. It's an opinionated list. It's Snoop's top 10. It's an opinionated list. So I was wondering if he was going to drop his full top 10, but like I said before, you gotta respect the rappers that came before the rappers that came before the rappers. If you don't respect them, then or you don't learn about their lineage and their history, then you can't sit here and debate rap with me. You can't debate rap with none of the none of the real savants and motherfucking smart guys that know the rap. And that's what too many people be trying to do. They try to sit here and talk about something they never heard about. You can't tell me, oh, Drake's the best rapper. And you say, well, I ain't never heard Illmatic, or I ain't never heard this. Oh, Nas is overrated. Jay is overrated. And you ain't heard their body of work. You just listening to the radio. A lot of the significant songs in a lot of rapper careers are the singles that the album, that the A&Rs and the record label don't put out. That's what make an album special, not the radio singles. The radio singles is supposed to be like the mannequin in the shopping window. It look good. Oh shit, that outfit, that Nike outfit look good on the mannequin. It's to draw you in the store, and then when you actually pick up the Nike outfit you tried on, you feel good. You know, the texture of it make you feel good. You know, the way it fit, the way you move in it make feel good. You know, and then you see them shoes right there. I'm a killer with this. That's what radio singles are about. Radio singles are the mannequins in the shopping window. They put them outfits on the mannequins to draw you in and try to come get the outfit. Then you put the shoes and accessories together. Same thing with a rap album. A rap album, the radio singles are meant to drive you in. But the rap album, that what makes that rap album truly classic or truly good or legendary is the studio track. It's the tracks that don't make the singles. It's a lot of times where, you know what I'm saying, I hear songs on the album that's better than the radio singles. You know what I'm saying? And that's the true meaning of really having, or the true essence of having a great rap album. You know what I'm saying? Or there's a lot of times where dudes drop rap albums that don't get no play, and they be slapping, bro. You know what I'm saying? They put their heart and soul into it, but you can't be out here debating dudes, especially you these 2000 and late 90 babies, or anybody if you don't know your history about rap. You can't debate people. You got to know the elements, the b-boys, the graffiti artists, the DJ, the MC. You know. You got to know that. You got to know how it started. You got to respect all the rappers that laid the motherfucking tracks and laid the motherfucking foundation. You know, the West Coast rappers, the Quicks, the Ice-T's, the Cubes, the South, the Scarface, UGK. You got to respect those dudes. And the dudes on the East, Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, dudes in the Midwest. You got to respect them for what they done. You know what I'm saying? And they laid that foundation to get where it is now. And if you, this dude better than this dude and that dude better than that dude, come on, man. At the end of the day, record sales have never dictated who the greatest artist of all time is. You know what I'm saying? Because we already know that's shams. Nelly went diamond, and you know, would you say Nelly or MC Hammer is the greatest rappers of all time? Will Smith sold more records than the majority of these artists out here. And I ain't talking about the Fresh Prince Will Smith. I'm talking about Big Willie style. That almost went diamond. The Migos can never go diamonds, even doing streams. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about physical copies. So when you want to get into some real album slanging and some real bars, there's a lot of better MCs out there. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Now people saying, oh, he hating on Eminem. He hating on Eminem. Everybody don't think that white boy so great. Straight up and down. And people saying, you know, that Eminem didn't bring nobody to the table. He didn't spawn nobody. Every person he put on, okay, every person Eminem put on, they fell off. D12 had a dope first album, Purple Hills. They said Eminem was taking people verses off because they was too good, better than his. He sent them niggas back to Detroit with what? Bizarre somewhere in Detroit in some studio still trying to make music. Anybody trying to hear that, to be honest. You know, just keeping it 100. He basically kicked Stat Quo off of Shady Records and made him release Statlanta with Atlantic Records or whatever it is, because Stat Quo didn't want to listen to him on how he wanted to kind of create the album, so he kicked him off. You know, people say he found 50 Cent. No, he didn't. 50 Cent was already discovered. They just the niggas that gave 50 Cent a chance, because 50 Cent made How to Rob. He got shot 9 times. People weren't fucking with 50 after he got shot 9 times. He had too much shit around him. He did the ghetto Quran song and started snitching and shit. So, you know, it was a lot of controversy around 50. That's why they was able to go from the West Coast and take 50 out to the West. If Eminem was stationed in the East and he had signed with Fat Joe or signed with Akon or something like that, whoever else was in the running, you know, 50 Cent probably wouldn't have been touched by Eminem. But they could take 50 to the East Coast. It wasn't no real East Coast, to the West Coast, it wasn't no real East Coast threat. So he didn't really spawn nobody. And he wasn't directly responsible for 50 Cent blowing up. Obviously, 50 Cent lyricism, his bars, his team, and Dr. Dre production. Where did Eminem fall in that? Nowhere. You know, Eminem got some production credits just because he was there, but like I said before, he ain't spawned nobody off that's great. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion on it. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Snoop going hard in the paint. I'll challenge Eminem to come out here and talk about Snoop. Bet he won't. He know his place is. Like he said, he a guest in hip hop. And he ain't in my top 10, maybe not in my top 25. But maybe we talk about that in another live stream. Appreciate the love, support. I got a hip hop 101 coming tomorrow probably. So make sure I hit those subscribe button, bell icon buttons. I haven't done one in a while because there ain't been really much to talk about. But check out the hip hop 101 playlist if you want to catch up on them hip hop live streams. We got some really good ones there. Don't forget you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Twitter, link in the description, Facebook and Instagram. Twitter's the fastest way if you want to get in touch with me. Hit me up. Those links there. Want to make a donation, Cash App, PayPal in the description. Cash App is CJ Good 313. Appreciate everybody that show love there. Best way to show love is share the video. And yes, I'm from Detroit. Yep, I don't worship Eminem. Solid artist, but not one of my top favorites of all time. But that's just my opinion. One time for the one time. Let me know what you think in the comment section. We gone.